How's it going today? It's Monday, new week. We are taking a look at different things that I think that many people would need to know, I guess, and operating or starting a business. And we're taking a look at facilities and what kind of facilities are available for there and what the process can look like. I have taken a look at a number of those already. That would be perhaps more of the manufacturing, I guess, and engineering, but not necessarily limited to that, right? And progressing. There's a number of those. I have taken a look at how to manufacture something that perhaps dynamic, so that would be that would move against the air or wind, right? First video. Next one, where I was taking a look at robotics and potentially how to build those, as well as, but not necessarily limited to that. That's how it's center, and that's how its center is called, as well as I have taken a look at communication. I have progressed into the composites and different materials, how you can build things from, as well as within this video I'm going to be taking a look at Advanced Computing Research Center. And since my business is in Bristol, I thought that's a good place to start. And let's try to understand this center a little bit better. I'm reading it for the first time. I don't know. That's my overall experience, I guess, in reading it. The ACRC has helped establish Bristol University as a world-class center for research and teaching by providing access to advanced research, computing, and data systems to all the staff, students, and collaborators. Perhaps I'm looking for perhaps businesses, right? That's the perspective that I'm taking. The ACRC delivers high quality training and advanced computing skills to university research and students. Provides hundreds of millions of researchers computing core hours across the supercomputers and or manages and secures petabytes okay, of research data. So there's a lot of data we're talking about, and how that data can be crunched, right? So we're talking about not necessarily day-to-day consumer electronics, but we're talking about large pieces of data or information, and how you yourself, if not right now, how you can begin off collecting that data or perhaps processing that data down the line later. Some of those systems. I have seen new projects out there that was recently funded, right? I don't know if we're covering to some of those within Bristol, but perhaps this is more of the what was happening previously. Perhaps it's the same team. They're perhaps expanding and investing more into some of those technologies, right? But it's worth covering what was happening until now as well. High performance computing, the university HPC systems that can be used to accelerate your computing research. High performance computing, HPC is the ability to process data and perform complex calculations and high speeds. Then the same calculations, I don't know. So that would be information processing, right? That's how I would see it. You would give a lot of information, perhaps a lot of data points, and how that information can be processed based on input. So what kind of things you would like to solve, but I don't know. So perhaps engagement, improving engagement, and more coming from business perspective, as well as today HPC is essential for many types of workloads, including AI or ML, so perhaps multiple language models, perhaps that's what they're referring to, physical simulations, and big data analysis. So there's just a few. There's so many different ways how those systems can be used. I don't know how, if anything, I'd like to understand how some of those projects have been funded in the first place, right? Once we acknowledge where the funding was coming from, perhaps giving access or perhaps credit system, right, or some sort of system where many businesses can access some of that computing power, right, if they're interested, right? So credits, perhaps 5,000, 10, 20,000 a year for business to access, since it's already been invested, so and no one's perhaps using it. So entry point, 20 business, accessing some of the computing power starting for next year. Boom, here you go. And they will have so we have a lot of use cases and benefit a lot of people as well, right? Just to name a few projects, right? So perhaps Blue Crystal Phase 4 is available for HPS users and University of Bristol. It capability of up to 6 trillion calculations per second. BC4 is capable of supporting large parallel jobs and has a number of some projects there. Let's keep a company name. P100 GPUs, so a lot of processing power we're talking about. Another project that might be research data storage facility. The University Research Data Storage Facility, RDSF, is available for researchers from all disciplines to store their research data securely or long term. Okay, great. The RDSF, Research Data Storage Facility. Again, I'm not promoted by any of those projects. I don't know how they're saying securely. I don't know. Again, don't hold me liable for anything what will happen. I'm reading it for the first time. I'm just sharing my experience, right? For informational purposes only. I don't know. I'm not supported. Send me a check. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a project and how it's been project was funded. Who is going to be collecting that data and how are they going to perhaps without you knowing how they're going to be using that data. I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm reading it for the first time. I'm just sharing my experience. I guess that's what I'm saying. Designed for bulk long-term storage. It is not designed for performance. Okay, there are I don't know if it's storage, right? Perhaps there's some projects where they're storing that data somewhere inside, deep down under the ground, inside the rock, right? So I don't know if that's what they're doing here. Perhaps it's a hard drive in someone's house, right? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what one person might consider safe, another person would say not this is safe. But like securely, right? I don't know. Offline? What we're talking about? What securely? What do you mean securely, right? Offline computer? Oh, it's securely? I don't know. So perhaps there's different levels when it comes to security, I guess. The RDSF is a set of disks and servers housed into separate data centers. We are in a course of adding a large tape storage facility for data that needs to be accessed less frequently. Okay, we ask that you do not run applications that access RDSF file systems. You can access your RDS data from different operating systems. For information of the file storage designed for your work, data including information of there's some links there. Again, I haven't done any business, perhaps it's worth reaching out to some of those teams and see if there's opportunities there working together. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book, Game Strategy. Within this book, I'm taking a look at different areas and I'm looking to expand perhaps on some of people's knowledge when it comes to business. I'm looking to share a lot of different concepts when it comes to business and how you can think or look or understand business. Some of those concepts I believe would be important, perhaps 3 different phases. First phase, you yourself might be doing a lot of research and trying to understand what will be required in launching or operating business different sectors, right? On that phase, perhaps phase 2 would be taking action on the information that you have collected and what you understand about some of those areas, right? And or third phase would be potentially having access to a lot of resources, the capital that you managed to acquire, or there's different ways to measure, not necessarily only capital, perhaps know-how, or perhaps people, teams, systems that you manage to build, and perhaps you taking a best use of some of those systems, right? You can find it, all that and many more information within this book. QR code in the corner, company's website below. Usually my experience is not the best, right? People don't know what they're doing there, there's no training, and why people would be there in the first place, to be honest, right? Perhaps software can do a better job and perhaps give me a number of different options or what support is available up there, what equipment is available, what courses, training is available up there, and I can work with software. I don't know why people need to sit there usually. That's my experience. If a person will respond, and the person will not would say that I don't understand what I would like to do and why I'm reaching out to this person in the first place. That's my experience 99% of the time. And they're sharing those emails, and perhaps funding was set up by tax money in the first place, right? So I don't know effectiveness or efficiency of some of those organizations and what kind of metrics they're using to measure that, right? And how effective some of those organizations are. So once that been said, Research Software Engineering, ACRC, Research Software Engineering Group, is a mix of grant-funded and core-funded engineers, those focused on improving their reusability, robustness, sustainability, and quality of research software development access of university. Okay, so that is a grant funding, great. So I'll try to reach out to some of those organizations. I guess that's my experience, right? Perhaps others having completely different experience working with some of those people there. Since there's, I can see a consultancy as well. I don't know if anyone would know about the services in the first place, how they can reach the services. It's been hidden so deep, nobody would reach this email address. So why, in the first place? Maybe just internal, perhaps. There's completely different things that they're looking to solve with such a grant funding, right? Well, I don't know. I'll try it and see. I can share some of my experience. Perhaps there's a professionals there, and those professionals busy working on a handful of projects, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.